What is up, CSP fam? This video podcast is where we will discuss video and graphic ideas that help you approach marketing by using storytelling. All this we try to do in 5 minutes or less, so with some time elapsed already, let's dive right in. The importance of what people know is important. But can I just share some exciting news with you? Today is day 1 at Creative Studio Productions, and we finally opened our doors. Before this, my business partner, Ben, and myself were doing work on our own. This last year, we decided to combine our efforts and to merge into Creative Studio Productions. I'm so thrilled, but I digress. Last week, we looked at the important question of what do we want people to feel in our story-based marketing. We talked about how feeling was important because it helped establish a common experience to our audience. This week, we're talking about the importance of what people need to know. I've done a lot of video work, and this question, what do we want people to know, has helped define the direction of the story we are trying to tell. Before I owned my own business, I was also a pastor. And no, I'm not going to digress into a diatribe about faith, but regardless of what you believe about Jesus, I want you to take a look at the person of Jesus with me, whoever you may think he is. Jesus was a storyteller. He used the story to convey his message to the world. Either he was who he said he was, or he was really good at influencing people with story and a complete lunatic. I'll leave that up for you to decide. This was one of the stories Jesus told. There was once a man traveling from Jerusalem to Jericho. On the way, he was attacked by robbers. They took his clothes, beat him up, and went off, leaving him half dead. Luckily, a priest was on his way down the same road. But when he saw him, he angled across to the other side. Then a Levite, religious man, showed up. He also avoided the injured man. And a Samaritan, who was an outcast to the religious people at the time of Jesus, was traveling down the road and came upon him. When he saw the man's condition, his heart went out to him. He gave him first aid, disinfecting and bandaging his wounds. Then he lifted him onto his donkey and led him to an inn and made him comfortable. In the morning, he took out 2 silver coins and gave them to the innkeeper, saying, "Take good care of him. If it costs any more, put it on my bill. I'll pay you back on my way back." Understanding the story after reading that, how could you not dislike religious people? I mean, they were the bad guys in that story. But that wasn't the point of the story. The point of the story was to convey a feeling of compassion for a person in need. I think we all can relate to that feeling regardless of any religious association. But that story made people angry and to feel compassion for the weary traveler. Because people felt that way, Jesus then laid out the expectation. He went on to explain, you don't have to be a perfect religious person to do the right thing. You just have to care. He's setting up for the second question we need to ask as it relates to our story-based marketing. What do we want people to know? If you missed the first 2 sessions on story-based marketing, links will be in the description below. What do you want people to know about you, your product or brand? Let's say you have a product that is a kitchen gadget. Oftentimes you see those bad infomercials with bad acting and products breaking and falling all over the place. You know what I'm talking about. But a good story-based marketing direction would be to look at the importance of time. Convey a story that talks about making sure you can spend every spare minute you have with your family doing what you love. When you make your family or doing what you love the focus, they are listening and feeling a sense of desire to do more of that. With that feeling in place, now let them know what it is you want your gadget to do. You could say, this gadget is designed to be a time saver, so you can spend more time doing blank. You didn't talk about how awesome the product was or even how it worked. You gave them a solution to a problem they felt already. That's how you sell your product, brand, or service. Not by telling people what your product does, but how it can help them solve a problem. that without your product, they might have. That's what you want people to know. And that's all the time we have for today. Join us next week as we talk about the last question for our story-based pyramid, which is, what do we want people to do? See you next time.